Well, after spending 2 weeks of getting the field ready for corn planting, it was now time to drive 90 miles with my brother's tractor and planter to the field. I had borrowed a neighbor's field cultivator in hopes to be planting the next day we got there. We got shut down by 5 inches of rain over the next week and learned what happens to field tile when it gets clogged with tree roots. Thankfully, I had my lovely assistant Josie here to help get the planter and tractor ready for the long trip down the road. While she was airing up tires, I was switching over from soybean back to corn plates, and we got everything greased, aired up, ready to go. Of course, we had to fuel up. It was going to be a 90-mile drive, and then she took the truck with the side-by-side, and she met me there and gave me a ride home. I think top speed in this, 23, 24 mile an hour, so I guesstimate 4 hours. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. Pulling it with the tractor, you have all 4 hydraulic cylinders down pressure on 4 tires versus if you were pulling this with a pickup with no hydraulics, you only have 2, so it should be less weight on wheel bearings, tires. It should ride a heck of a lot smoother, so here we go. Quick stop at the halfway point, make sure nothing's too hot. We are wearing down the tires a little bit. Josie's already ahead of me. She's brought her book. Today's just the drive up there day. It's supposed to get some rain this morning. We did. And then possibly rain this afternoon too. But tomorrow's gonna be like 80. The day after that, 85. As long as it's not enough rain to not go, which I don't think it will be. It will be planting tomorrow. All right, we made it 4.5 hours later. That's about how much time it took. Everything went good. It was about 4.5 hours, so a little more than I thought. Did burn a lot of fuel, that's for sure. Rode a lot smoother with I bumped the tire pressure up to like 25. See if the planter fits through. And Hydra's bar did. I think the planter will, but the planter is pretty dang big. Pretty wide. Nice and easy. Renting that cultivator, I think it's 28 foot wide. How'd the dually pull?
It was good.
No issue?
Nope.
All right. So the goal today is to repair this waterway main that broke. It's an 8-inch tile. It's been sucking a lot of dirt through it. To better understand what's going on and not get confused later in the video when we're knee deep in mud, the hole I was standing to in the previous clip is right there. And if you follow the waterway, buried 3 deep below in the ground is a clay tile. And the reason why they call it a clay tile is because it was actually made out of clay. And back in the day, decades and decades ago, they used old trenches at 1 mile an hour and slowly dropped in these clay tile. The purpose of this clay tile is to drain surface water and to lower the water table so then your crops can yield better. Now somehow this 8-inch clay tile has broken, and in the past years it's created this suck hole. While it rains, it's also sucking down dirt through the opening and taking it out to the creek. So it'd be nice to just get this repaired. We can drive right over it. It's flowing quite a bit of water, and that is 8-inch plastic to clay. It dumps where the excavator is into the creek down there. I think it's broken right here, but we'll keep walking back and probably connect. Hopefully to here, there's a good spot. If I gotta grab dirt, I think I'll grab it from the creek. I think I should have brought my mud boots. Forgot to bring those. The best way I've found to make connections from plastic to clay being a bit bigger than the plastic, is you got to make some slits to expand it, and then once you slide it over, you can towel tape around it to make a good seal. Here I am measuring out the distance, getting a rough idea. Do the same thing on the other side, so you have clay and clay on one side. Here I'm using the excavator bucket to kind of dam up the water so we aren't getting flooded with water. Fit in the downhill side and then quickly run to the uphill, try and shove it on there. And now I'm realizing, yep, we made it a bit too long. So quickly run to the downhill side, cut it, make it a bit shorter. That was kind of a pain, and everything worked out good. So the biggest thing is to backfill it properly, to seal it up, and that way you don't have like a big chunk of dirt right next to it and it doesn't backfill right. Patched the sinkhole and drove the tractor down. The next few days it rained a total of 4 inches, and we found a problem with the tile. You can see right here water bubbling up, and I think it's a tile. I don't have a bunch of experience identifying this type of stuff. Waterway comes through here, neighbor's property. I know there's an 8-inch main. Most likely that would run at the lowest point, which would be the middle of the waterway. So maybe the tile makes a turn, or there's something here that is backed up. All right, so we're gonna get muddy. This is above where I made the last tile repair. So guessing this is gonna be an 8-inch. It's flowing, something's broken obviously. A bunch of water's flowing up where I put those flags, and then it flows down into the waterway, and there's a bunch of standing water. So we're gonna dig, figure out, hopefully everything works, and I brought my swim trunks in case I gotta go swimming. So this should be interesting, and I doubt it goes smoothly. We're gonna have Grant run the excavator today, see how he does. Probably gonna hit the tile right away. So at this point, we knew water couldn't go downstream, and as we were digging, water was filling up in the hole. That means the blockage is downstream, and we haven't yet confirmed that the 8-inch main I patched is the same one we're working on here. This could be a different tile. I'm new to the farm, don't know any of the tile history, don't have tile maps, so we kind of have to dig, hit the tile, find out what the heck's going on, and then go from there. So we're going to be digging some holes. Wait. I hit it with the shovel. Yeah, is it? Yeah, I think we're filling up, aren't we? Tile was right there. All right, now we'll see if it's flowing. Now at this point we've confirmed it's the 8-inch clay main. I went down there with my hands and felt it, and so we said screw it, we're above the blockage, let's straddle the main and start digging a trench backwards in hopes that we keep breaking it, and then it starts sucking water once it hits a clear spot or a spot that's not broken. And while we were doing this, I thought to myself, wait a second, about right where the excavator's sitting, there was a big tree that we took down. Of course, the roots from the tree are clogging it, but we still aren't 100% for sure, and we need to rule out other things. Like the repair I made a few days earlier, I could have botched that repair, and that has blocked it all the way up here. Most likely not, but we do need to rule that out before we start digging a mile-long trench. So in the course of the last week, we've gotten 4.5, close to 5 inches of rain, and we're still here trying to figure out this tile. Diverting some of the water coming off the waterway. We're back to where I made this this fix, and we're gonna rule this out. We're gonna rule out that me connecting this didn't make it. We're figuring things out.
Oh, there we go. Where the was that?
Yeah, that's why we need to.
We stuck sewer tape up there. I think this thing goes 40 foot. Nothing. It's flowing good. So that means our blockage is down there. Now there's a giant tree over there that we think might have caused the blockage that Spencer tore out. Keep in mind, it's not the best idea to have tile and then have 30 years of CRP on top of tile. All those tree roots start blocking stuff. So we're gonna go check downstream of where the tree was, somehow kind of get it open without breaking it too much, and then throw the sewer tape up, see if we can feel that blockage, and maybe we'll be able to just break through with this sewer tape and feel the blockage.
All right, so there's a bunch of, I mean, that root right there we found going through the crack. So that's a big root. We're standing on the where the big old tree was, and make it flat.
So there's a big tree here that blocked this whole 40 foot. So we're just ripping out the old main. There's gonna be a bunch of water that's gonna flow down here because this is all backed up.
I'm gonna slowly let this down. Hopefully we get this all drained down with water and then get it on the same grade.
Okay. We're filling up pretty good. Let's go lay So most importantly, we want to make sure it's still flowing. It's still flowing over here. So that means we're on grade good.
Now that both connections are made, water's flowing good, no blockage, no roots in the system anymore. We literally trenched out the whole section that had roots in it. And once we get this done and backfilled, I gotta go make 3 more connections and patch those. We get it all backfilled and made sure to grade it out the best we could because part of where we dug is gonna turn into the field. So after making this repair and all the patch jobs, water's flowing fine. There's been no issues after some pretty heavy rains. And at this point, we gotta wait a few days for the sun to come out and dry everything out before we can start field work and planting. So that's gonna be the next video.